Hello everybody and welcome to another Marvel Legends 80-year anniversary review. In today's video I thought I'd do the main 3 cartoon comic inspired characters from this lineup. I've also got the 2-pack with Hulk and Wolverine, but that's a separate video. Today we're taking a look at Iron Man, Captain America and the mighty Thor. Absolutely adore these figures. Huge shout out to Robot Kingdom for hooking me up with this 80th anniversary line. Links are in the description below. Great artwork on Iron Man. Same with Cap, literally ripped straight from the comics, and Thor just looks sensational. First up on slab we have Iron Man, absolutely outstanding sculpt on there. Definitely one of my favourite looks for Iron Man. It really reminds me of the Iron Man we got back in the I think it was about 2010, 2011, where we got the Doom and that as well. We had an Iron Man around that sort of date. But this is definitely how I remember Iron Man from the comics. This looks very much like the Invincible Iron Man from the TV show as well. Now these 80th anniversary figures come cram-packed with additional accessories as well to make them worth the buck. The Tony Stark head sculpt is fabulous. I absolutely adore that. It's worth it just for the sculpt. That is how I remember him from the comics. We get the alternative head as well. Similar, but different nonetheless. It's got that kind of gritted teeth, and the faceplate is definitely more kind of angled. Let's just pop that off. I believe one is comic book inspired and one is cartoon inspired. Don't quote me on that. I may have just made that up completely, but sounds good in my head. There we go. There is the alternative head on there. Makes it look a little bit more like the Rocketeer, doesn't it? Do you remember the Rocketeer? Now I'm showing my age. We get open palm and clenched fist, open palm and clenched fist, depending on what you want from your Iron Man. And we get our standard repulsor beams, where we can just blast, or we get the super duper ones. So we get some really fabulous over the top explosions as well. Love how these look. Now of course they're not just restricted to the hands, we can have those blasting out of the feet as well. So if you have any more of these blast effects, you can make them work with both the hands and the feet. I just need to get myself some of the retro wave now, because this is going to be my Iron Man, that's my Cap, that's my Thor. I need to get myself the likes of the Ant-Man, etc. Now I don't like what they've done with these hands. These are now fixed into this kind of repulsor firing mode. There are no hinges on the hands. I keep wanting to kind of bend the hand back down. I know that it's the correct sort of angle for those who want to have it like that, but I don't know, so something about it. I like to have options. I like to be able to move his hands, but this is a fantastic looking sculpt. And let's just see how the Tony Stark head looks on there as well. Look at that, everything works. This is without a shadow of a doubt my new favourite Iron Man. Next up we have Cap. He comes with his shield, a little bit of paint splemmage on there, and of course we have the shield throwing hand, the effect that we're seeing with several of our Caps. Now the shield does disengage, so we can place it on his back if that's how you choose to have him displayed. It's a really nice looking Captain America. Again, really great sculpt on there. A little bit sloppy around the ears if we're getting up close and personal. I love this kind of chainmail effect that we've got going on though. It's really nicely done. The paint sits quite nicely on the chest area And the chainmail then goes across again onto the underside of those forearms. Got his boots. He's a good stature. Now, as standard, he comes packaged like this with his open hands. We get the closed fists that we can place in him as well, and we get the alternative head sculpt. As much as I'd love the alternative head sculpt, because he's got that more kind of stern, angry appearance, the eyes are just well off. Looks really bug-eyed. I mean, don't get me wrong, from the side it looks sensational. Looks really fierce, and the paint apps are really nice. It's just the eyes are not done as nicely as I would like. Now let's just remove one of these hands and place his fist, clenched fist. There we go. I mean, to look at, he looks sensational. Again, ripped directly from those comics. He's not as good, in my opinion, as Ironman. It's more of a modern appearance for Cap. I was expecting to have this Cap kind of replace my Wolf Cap as my kind of classic Avenger, but I think I may still have Wolf Cap in my retro team. But this is still kind of the definitive comic book Cap. He really does look like he is in the comic strip at the moment. Just kind of pre-Hail Hydra thing. But they've done a remarkable job with these legends. And last, but by definitely no means least, we have the mighty Thor. Thor comes with two accessories. He comes with a clenched fist. We have this kind of open palm here. And he comes with a gorgeous interpretation of Mjolnir with the full inscription on there as well. Now this is a Thor that I've been waiting for some time. I have the original Toy Biz one somewhere. I think it's actually in my son's toy box. He absolutely adored Thor, and I wanted to give him a version of him. Now this Thor is smaller than some of the other Thors that we've had over the past, and his feet do not want to lock into position. I can just not get him to stand very well at all. I think it's the sheer bulk of his cape. Really wants to kind of keep leaning. He's definitely a lot smaller and less hench than other Thors that we've had in the past, and he shares that upper torso, the arms, etc. He shares those with Hercules, and I think they work. I think it works exceptionally well. The sculpt on the face is pretty good. You know, it's what I remember from the cartoon and the comics. I believe when he looked like this, he actually had, I believe he still had a different persona in the comics, where he was a doctor, and you know, like the whole Shazam thing that the DC Captain Marvel has, he would do something similar to become the almighty Thor. And we do get amazing new torso that they've got going on as well, with that abdominal ball crunch in there and the waist rotation. It's a very, very welcome addition to their bucks. Really love how that works, and there's just something about the Thor. Yes, his balance is shot to bits. He will not stand up straight out of the package. You have to kind of really work those legs. It may be my base. The base is very uneven here, but he still looks incredible, and he is by far one of my favourite figures out of this 80th line. It's between him and Hulk, I think. It's just something about him. Cap's kind of near the bottom. It's just, he's a good figure, but he's not what I remember from my childhood. And Iron Man is really good as well, but it's just something about this Thor which I think really kind of tops off this line. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. 3 classic Avengers in their very comic book inspired looks. Who's your favourite out of these 3? Character wise, I love Cap, but I think toy wise, I think Thor definitely wins this round. It's just an amazing nod to how he was when I was growing up. I've included a playlist at the end of this video, which links you through to all of the 80th anniversary videos, and this is also included in my standard Marvel Legends playlist as well. Thank you all for watching. I've included a link for all 3 figures in the description below, which takes you through to Robot Kingdom, where you can order these now. And until next time, for myself, Captain America, Iron Man and Thor, goodbye.